Like I was saying about the boycotting of Asian businesses, I'm not personally ready to just like never again eat Chinese food. But yeah, I've gone 4 years without it. So I have amazing willpower. That I think I get that from my mom. She's always had really amazing willpower herself. So she's got amazing self control. So do I. I can limit myself to anything without missing it like her. And so I I am not gonna I'm not ready to just say never again to Chinese food, cuz I'm like literally probably soon gonna order some Chinese food and eat it because I haven't had it and I do miss it sometimes. And yes, I have great willpower and I've gone years without it sometimes. And but like that, I don't personally want to just cut it out completely yet. But if that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do it. It's just that the Chinese community and the different Japanese community has been really great for me. And um how do I say this? I'm gonna try to okay, so like for me, my whole life, I've kind of struggled to fit in with black women, like having black women as friends, like kind of a hell to go through, because I'm racially ambiguous. And if you saw me in person, you you would know. Um, you might think I'm from any country. A lot of times people assume I'm full Latina. I get a lot of things Hawaiian, totally Hawaiian. They assume I'm full Hawaiian. They assume I'm totally from India, but or or I've even gotten Cuban. I guess it depends on what I'm wearing and my hair and everything. But I have a naturally I have 2A hair type. My hair is softer or whatever you want to call it. So I don't put chemicals in it, never have. So um sometimes people have thought I was Mexican or Cuban, like part Mexican or part Cuban, but I've even heard half Japanese, half Korean, like from Korean people and Chinese and others. And even people say, "Are you half Japanese?" in person. So um struggling to fit in with full black girls has been hell for me like my whole life. So like yeah, I've had black girlfriends, but like it's so easy to make an Asian girlfriend for me. So I love the Asian community because I feel Asian, like. And there's been times where I lived in a beautiful high-rise apartment in the past before I moved from there. And it was in that area. I won't say what area it was. I just don't want to. But in that neighborhood, I was afraid of getting a black girl roommate that would hate my guts. Because it was a very, like, the black girls in the neighborhood, they seem kind of scary for me and kind of ghetto. Like, I grew up sheltered, very Christian, and, like, I went to private Christian college, too. So the private Christian college was great with the food and everything was amazing. The best college food you'll ever have. And so I it's like I could only attract Japanese girl roommates and Korean girl, full Japanese, full Korean, full Chinese room, and girls from India. So like those are the only girls that are even thinking about rooming with me because of the looks of me, in person. So So, so it works out for me, and I'm not gonna just be, I don't really like the word boycotting, but like, yeah, I might not go to Asian beauty supplies, but I haven't been going to them in years anyway, because there's so many beauty stores around, and there's online too. We are bombarded with beauty stores and beauty products. Never a shortage of those, and I like to order online too, as much as going in person to shop equally. And so, let's say if I was a celebrity, I would I would probably I would personally consider an Asian girl like her to be my nail tech, my personal nail tech first. And also consider some black girls too. I wouldn't just totally dismiss them. But like, my point is that the Asian community has been my support system for a long time now. And so I naturally want to gravitate toward her because she's been like my sister, you know? A sister, I mean. She's been like a sister to me. So it's for me, I'll do what works for me, you do what works for you. Yeah, I'm not a Chinese food addict, but I'm not ready to say no Chinese food ever again because I want to order some, to be honest with you, I want to order some delicious egg rolls. I know exactly where to get them from, and some wonton soup. Sometimes I order 2 large wonton soups and like 40 egg rolls and some shrimp fried rice or something, or chicken fried rice. Or I like all the fried rice options. I like the beef. I like chicken fried rice. I like the beef lo mein. And I like the egg fried rice with just egg. And then I like a drink. And then I like those soup crackers. I think they're made from, I forgot what they're made from. They're delicious. They're the like noodles that go in your soup. So no, I'm not ready to say never again to Chinese food. Sorry, guys, but I do feel some of what you feel, and I do support black businesses sometimes if they work for me. If I see something with ingredients that I feel are gonna work for me, yeah, I shop from black businesses, but I also, of course, I shop from Asian ones too. So, yeah, I've had black girls do my nails before. They do a good job when I want my nails done. Also, Asian girls do a great job too, and so do Asian men. But like, if I was a celebrity, I think I would want an Asian girl first that comes to mind, because the way they treat me is like I'm one of them. So it would work out. For me, they've been peaceful. I've worked for Asian girls, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese in person, full Korean, full Japanese, full Chinese. They've hired me, in person at jobs before. And so, look, I'm just telling you guys, this is where I fit in. And yeah, I wish that black women in person at jobs like would hire me the same way that a full Chinese, full Korean, or full Japanese girl would. But they don't. So I'm not going to cry about it. I'm an adult. But if you do that, then you might get your shit handed back to you. Just know that. Just keep it in mind that you might see your shit back. Eventually, you're gonna see it back, Because I don't have to be all inclusive and you aren't, I don't have to be Mary Poppins when you aren't. And and I like my privacy still, even when I order from Black businesses online. I'm able to successfully keep my privacy, like my private house address. I can keep that private because I'll pick like a you can pick like a Whole Foods Market near you, or any other organization, any other store where your products can be mailed to, if you don't want people to have your address. If you feel uncomfortable because you know you've been the odd one out, they can deliver it to a CVS or to a Whole Foods Market or something. Your Black owned products that you order, cosmetics for skin or whatever. And I like some of the Black owned hair care too. And Black owned makeup. I'm eating Greek yogurt now. I'm talking to you. But I like the Asian too. I like the Korean owned. I have tons of Korean owned makeup. Philippines makeup. Filipino. I have. So I am not going to just say that I'm boycotting them. But personally, I've chosen not to call it that. But maybe I'll limit the amount that I get, like as far as like, well, I can't really just say I've limited because I haven't been in a nail salon in years, in like 4 or 5 years. Since COVID, I was paranoid. But I do remember after the 4-year mark, I did eat some Chinese food with my Dominican friends. And the Dominican guy, he paid for it. He was really sweet. He's a Christian guy. So I enjoy it. It's good. And last time I had Chinese food was at this Chinese food place that I like in Florida. It's delicious. And occasionally, I want my Chinese food fix and I'll have it. You can do what works for you. I'm not ready to just, for sure, the hair dye. I like to dye my hair for fun. And the hair dye that I get is from Japan. I'm going to always use it for as long as, I plan on forever, yeah, with that hair dye because it's great. It looks good and I'm not allergic to it. It works for me. And so, but returning to a nail salon, I don't see myself personally returning to a nail salon because I know how to do nails myself. Even though I'm not a professional, but I'm pretty good, I like to do my own nails. I don't always like to have my nails done though. I like my natural nails. I like to cut them down. I like to have my nails either medium to short length, my natural nails. Or sometimes I cut them completely down as short as they can go, my natural nails, and I just put treatments on them like CeraVe or whatever. Ointment. CeraVe healing ointment is great for your nails. And I use Korean hair care. I like it on my hair. Korean Dengi Mori. However you pronounce that. I plan on continuing with that brand. It's at Costco. I'm a Costco girl. I shop at Costco. I can pick it up when I'm there, I also use Izima hair products, the Hispanic brand, and Indian hair products. But personally, it would be more useful for me if all the nail salons turned into like Indian grocery stores. I would love that. That would be a dream come true for me. Because then my cosmetics would be like more accessible than they already are. And Indian food would be too for me to cook because I like to cook. And so I would love if Asian nail supplies that are Vietnamese owned, I'm assuming, would turn into Indian grocery stores, or or even if they turned into Arabic restaurants, that would be amazing because I love Arabic food, the fresh hummus, the hot bread that comes with it, and then all the other restaurant food with that from Arabic food. And you know, I use other Asian brands too. Probably too many to name right now, but I like Idemi, Korean brand. I like Ichikami, the Japanese brand, hair care brand, and I like their styling stick. I'll continue to use that, and a bunch of other anything else I want, you know. And Asian men have liked me too, like have been attracted to me. Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. No, I've never dated one so far. I I think if I dated one, I don't know if I would talk about it so quickly, but I would probably, if I was gonna date one, I would date full Japanese or full Korean guy because they're all nice to me. Like, and even the full Chinese guys are just as nice too. But you know, and then I have Samsung appliances made in what Samsung is maybe Korean. I have to Google and see. I think it's Korean. I have Samsung supply appliances all over the place. I have the Samsung fridge, refrigerator, washer, dryer, and my phone is Samsung too. So, of course, I'm not taking those back because of this boycott. Because, y'all, I need to wash my clothes and have my refrigerator, and I love Samsung. So, but, do what works for you, you know, like, because the Asian community has been awesome for me. And in the past, I've seriously considered marrying a full Japanese or full Korean guy because those are the first ones to approach me. And they're so kind to me. Korean men give me food gifts, and Japanese men too give me food gifts. They're just being kind. It doesn't mean that I ever ask for these gifts. They are just being very kind to me. So they'll give me Korean cake or Korean strawberry shortcake, Japanese snacks. And I like how smart they are. I feel like they're really smart men. So I admire the Asian community in a lot of ways. And yeah, if I was a celebrity, who would be by my side? Who I could see both girls. Yeah, I could see a black nail tech that I know. I think she would come if she's paid enough. But the Asian girl would come too, and she might even come for a better deal. Like if I was a celebrity, you know, better price or whatever, because they're so nice to me. And she's so cute. Isn't she cute, guys? She's adorable. I'm saying, for me, what this boycott means is it's a good thing for Black Americans. Like, it's better if you can, in your own community, wherever state you're in, whatever location you're in, if your community can have your own people owning those stores. That's really healthy for you. You know, so, of course, I think the boy would have never died if it was a black-owned gas station, which I do know personally. I know some black-owned gas station locations, and I know some black-owned business business owners who told me their location of the gas stations and about their businesses on their own. And I think if he was in a black owned gas station, this would have never happened. He would have never been killed over, what was it, like 97 cents for that bottle of water. So that is sad. I cannot relate. I feel sorry for him, and it hurt my heart to see the story on the news, of course, to see his family crying like that. And it's even worse how the Asian guy got away with killing him. That's pathetic, you know. It's not fair. And so, I'm not gonna watch the story anymore because it hurts me to watch it. It makes me sad, and I don't like being upset from watching the news. So I won't watch it again. It was hard enough to watch on its own. And so, um, um, it's there's I know there's black owned restaurants too. If you want to eat at a black owned restaurant, go ahead and do it. There's not one near me. I think the closest one to me is like 3.5 hours away. I don't need it that bad, you know. So I'll probably never eat there, you know. So, I'm a great cook. I can make my own. The things on the menu they have are stuff I really don't eat anyway, but like they have stuff like mac and cheese. I saw mac and cheese at the black restaurant. It's 3.5 hour drive. I'm not gonna go that far. And I make really amazing macaroni and cheese that my friends from India, full Indian from India, have said that they would buy it if I made it. If I had my own restaurant, they said they would eat in my restaurant because they love my cooking. And so my baked macaroni and cheese is really good, and I make my own peach cobbler. So I do like a few black recipes. I know peach cobbler is considered black recipe. Macaroni cheese considered black. I can make my own, and I make it really delicious, you know. And so, um, do what works for you because I have so much peace with the Asian community. So, like, I remember when I had multiple Asian roommates. I sleep like a baby, and I don't even have to lock my door. I don't even lock my door, my bedroom door. When I used to have roommates, I don't anymore. I don't need to at this point. But when I did, I never even had to lock my door because I have so much peace with them, you know. And they didn't lock their door either, so we just fall asleep with unlocked doors, and that's amazing to be able to do that, you know. So still, I will like I used to buy. The last time I bought combs from Asian beauty supply store, I think it was like 10 years ago, because I found a black owned comb business online. I think it's called Cocoa Pie Curls. If it's not, I'll correct it myself and put it in the description underneath. I hope I got the name right. But it's saved on my computer screen, so I don't have to memorize. I just click and I just order. These are normal combs for all hair types. But they have, so I ordered their normal combs. But they have things like picks, hair picks, whatever. That I have not ordered a hair pick. But they have hair products too. And so for years now, I've been ordering my combs there. And they don't break on me. They stay in perfect condition, like when I just bought them. And they're made of material that won't snag my hair and good for my hair and everything. She is black. you know. And, you know, there's black owned makeup too. So I was watching the video where I think it's called African Diaspora, where the guy said Black Americans spend trillions of dollars on on a lot of different things like Jordans. I've never bought Jordans in my life, so I'm proud I never bought Jordans. The after the way he worded it makes you want to sympathize with the black community. Like, so he said Jordans were Asian owned, which I never knew. I've never owned a pair of Jordans. And so, he said Black Americans spend trillions of dollars every year on goods because they're the number one buyer. So, use your buying power, he said. And I'm like, he makes a good point. If you want to boycott, boycott. If you don't, you don't, you know. Because I use both. I have both Black American brands, and then I have some Korean skincare and other Asian skincare brands here at home. So I'll continue with what works for me, and you do what works for you. And even if it was a black nail salon near me, I think I for sure would be visiting. I would have to see what it was like because I would be so curious. For sure. And that would be nice to see for a change. You know, that would be amazing to see because I've been in a few clothing stores. There's only a few I've seen. And the owner told me she was, when she was 17, she opened up her own clothing store. And she's the owner. And I thought that was really amazing. I feel proud of her. She told me about that. And I'm glad she shared it with me. I felt very proud for her. She's got a lot of cute clothes in there. Jeans. She's got blue jeans. She's got... yeah, I shop in there. It's a cute little store. It's a small store. She's got jeans. She's got coats. She's got a lot of cute stuff, like tops. Really cute American style clothing. So I shop American style clothing. And I also shop for things like lehengas and saris because my Indian friends, like my full Indian friends, are like, I want you to wear one. You're gonna be so beautiful in one. Please wear one. They beg me to wear one. They beg me to wear Indian clothing. So I get Indian clothing. Usually I get it custom made. And I like the different styles. I like the plain. I like kind of plain saris. And then I like... Sometimes I like the detailed lehengas and saris, but the plain ones are really beautiful too. Like, where it's more like a solid color pattern. And it's nice. And so, I'm sorry to hear what happened to that guy. And I send my prayers and thoughts to that family. That has to be so painful, of course. And, you know, when I see stories like that, it can really happen to anyone. It can happen to someone from India could be profiled if they look dark enough. they could pass for black, and going into these Asian establishments like Asian stores and gas stations, it could happen to other people too. So you have to make sure. It's good that this is a boycotting thing, because he would hate to see that happen to any other black kid, you know. So it has to stop happening for sure. Because to me, he looked like a good kid. That black kid, he looks like a totally good person. And yeah, there's black kids all over the world. I don't think it's that many of them that are gun owners, but the ones that are gun owners, I think they are usually responsible. Well, they're not scary for me, you know, personally. I've met in person black male teenagers who told me they were armed, just to let me know, like saying they had a gun that they carry on them. They're usually good people for me, you know, from my experience. So, for me, a teenage black guy with a gun has never scared me. But that's exactly why we need black-owned gas stations, because if they're black, they're not going to be scared of a black teenager with a gun. It's normal. It is pretty much normal, usually, you know. And so, there was only one time where I was, concerned about a black man with a gun, and he was not a teenager. He was, in his 40s one time. And I won't tell that story. Tell it another time, but, like, he didn't hold it at, like, he didn't point the gun at me. And it wasn't me. It was just that, I guess maybe I could tell the story. It's not a story, this is a real life story that happened. It's not something I normally talk about too much. But since I was little, I've had a level of a psychic gift that I don't talk about. And so God showed me that this black guy was carrying a gun and he is coming. And my first thought was that lock the store. The time I was like 17, I was working as a nutritionist in a store. In a huge store with like a lot of health books and health food. And so God showed me that he had a gun. And he was a stranger. Before he came, he was a stranger, and he came inside. And my first instinct was to lock my door. But since black men with guns, for me, they're not terrifying. So I didn't lock the door to the establishment. I was the only one at work that day, because all they needed was me to work that day. And so there were like 3 customers in the store. And I ignored when God told me to lock the door. Now, even though the store was not closed, I ignored it. And so he came in, and I could feel in my gut, I felt some nervousness. But I wouldn't say I was scared, but I felt some nervousness when he came in. And I did not feel like he would kill me. And he didn't kill me, obviously, because I'm talking to you. But, like, he was a dark-skinned, skinny black guy. I think in his 40s. He looked maybe 40 or 50. And so he asked me for a grocery bag. And I gave it to him. I gave him a grocery bag. And then he walked over outside of the store. As soon as he left, I locked my door, even with the customers inside. I alerted to them what was going on. And still, I wasn't scared. I'm not going to say I was scared, because I wasn't scared. I was just nervous a little bit, because I am used to black men having guns. So for me, it's not so terrifying, but for someone who's like full Korean or full Japanese, full Chinese, it may be more scary for them. So, I locked the door to the store immediately, and then I told the customers what was going on. I told them, I need to keep the door locked. You can leave out of the emergency back door if you need to leave. And so they understood and they worked with me. But I was trying to avoid being robbed at that store. And being the only worker there, I went to the back room. I called the police, and the white male police came out. And, I told them what was going on. And I said, there's a guy who came in, and he left the store. I explained to the white male cop, he left the store, and I didn't look out to see. I didn't want to look outside. I could have walked outside and looked to see where he was going, but I didn't. But that's what I told the white male cub. I said, instead, I did not want to follow him and be putting myself at risk like that. That's not smart. But even though I didn't think he would kill me, he was nice to me. But I didn't follow him, but I told the white male police, I have a feeling he went to the CVS across the street. I have a feeling in my gut that he went across the street to the CVS, and that they're being held up there. They're being robbed. And so he walked across. He called his team. He called his backup team. And they confirmed to me after I got like a psychic vision of what was happening without physically knowing or mentally knowing. And so they went across the street, and they confirmed that he did rob a CVS. He was holding all the CVS customers and the staff at gunpoint, and they thanked me for giving my intuitions, because they said I saved lives. So that was nice to hear. But it was weird. It was weird. It's and God will tell me things to come. He's done that since I was very little. So it's a nice gift to have, I can use it to protect my nephew and protect other babies that I know and people in my life, And it's many times before I meet strangers, I'll know their job, I'll know their life story before meeting them, because God will reveal that to me, even when I don't ask God to. He's always done that for me since I was very little. And so it's nice, And regardless of race, I will help if I want, if I want to help. I'll help the police if I want to help them, And so it's something I rarely talk about. Yeah, I don't normally mention that. I don't really like to share too much to say that. But yeah, I have, regardless of the race of the criminal, I will speak to police about them. If God shows me, I will talk about it to police and do what I feel is necessary, So, but back to the main topic of the boycotting. is it's always good to have in your community the people you feel comfortable with, even if they're not your same race. And so, it's sad that there's not many black-owned nail salons. There should be black-owned nail salons. If they're going to be in black communities, they should be black-owned. And they should stop making people feel so weird and uncomfortable. And I've never been made to feel weird in one personally, of course, but like I've heard stories from black women tell me I went in a black nail salon. So many different stories of how they went to a black nail salon and all they heard was like a different language that day, or how they were refused service from an Asian nail tech person. So that's never happened to me. But if it's happened to anyone in their own community, yeah, they should open up a black-owned nail salon. That would be cool to see all across the different states, to hear about and see that on like videos would be really cool, for once, to see black people building up black communities,